Okay, couple questions coming up. When was I really a ghost pretending to be a human at Lake Girls to save a stripper that had an obsessive political guy wanting to kill her? When there was a stripper at Lake Girls and a political guy was becoming too weirdly obsessed and could have become like a passionate a murder passion from too much inappropriate obsession. I was working as a ghost fake human at Lake Girls, and it was, gosh, that was back in 1970. Gosh, what year was that? It was about 1970. Gosh, I can't remember. Let's see. The owner was that lady, that really cool, badass lady that everybody loved. She was older back then, so she was already older, and she owned Lake Girls, and I think it was 1973. I think it was about 1973, which tells you I'm an alien that came to Earth. Why? My fake human stuff was born in 1974. But I was a fake pretend human trying to help a little stripper girl that was being preyed on by like a political equivalent bad person. And I think it was 1973. You can think or say my queen to ask, but I think it was 1973. And my little dancer name that I made up was obvious. Bunny G. And then when I went to work at that San Diego mental health building right next to Lake Girls, that was to celebrate that when I was a fake ghost, fake human at Lake Girls in the 73 timeline, I was also helping mental handicaps and issues in the area before I had even come to Earth. So I just want to work at the mental building to remember what I had done for so many people, to help comfort myself before I knew they were going to kill me for a living and stuff. more than they already were. And that was the Lay Girls story. And then there was another thing you guys wanted me to explain, where I was a ghost god pretending to be a human. And you want to know exactly when that was. Okay, which other time? Let's see. Okay, so there was Lay Girls, and I was trying to help that sweet stripper girl that almost got murdered. Okay, you guys were asking about the time when I was a fake human owner of that business called Ricky's. So I was a fake owner of the business called Ricky's. And you wanted to know if that was about how I ended up near that Enrique Iglesias when I was a child and he was famous. It does have a timeline spiritual connection on purpose. Yeah. So I was not human, and I did own that business called Ricky's. And that was back in 1964. So that was in 1964. There was a small business named Ricky's. And I looked like, my fake human look was kind of like an older lady that reflected like Enrique Iglesias's great grandmother. So if you had looked at me as the fake owner, I looked, and if you knew Enrique Iglesias's great grandmother, I looked like Enrique Iglesias's great grandmother opening the business Ricky's. And it was because Enrique's great-grandmother was working with the gods to try to make sure he did not die. He actually ended up murdering my death of a god, me, and more, so I don't know if he makes it. But the great-grandmother was trying to fight the end of the world before it started and save her grandbaby, little Ricky. And I had opened a business named Ricky's to appeal in the 60s to all who wanted to join the end of the world battle on the side of good and fight for the life of people the devil was going to try to ruin into murder of God and more with the United States more. So yes, it was me. And you're a man who remembers being at that, well, you weren't, okay. You're a man that remembers your dad talking about me in the 60s, or about the 60s and me and that business. But you saw me later in life. So when I had Ricky's business as a fake human, I was in my 40s. And then you saw me in my 60s. And you really, really could swear I was not human. So congratulations. You are indeed correct. And you would wonder right away, if I didn't have Ricky's anymore, why did I stay on Earth? Because I then, after I had the business Ricky's, I opened up the business. What else business made sense in the end of the world? So after I opened Ricky's, I also closed down Ricky's and I opened up a new business because the Ricky's spiritual reality had no relevance anymore. So I opened up a new business called Heavenly something. I'll let you figure out which company it was, but it was Heavenly something. So I had no reason to hide. I'm a god fighting against bad. I only don't tell the truth or be obvious because the devil makes me not able to tell the truth. But the truth is meant to come out when God can tell the truth, because God's always just tell the truth. So it was Heavenly something was the next business. And I needed to stay there for the heavenly fight of those that wanted to answer the spiritual emanation of my company to join the heaven of goodness against bad things. Let me know if you guys have any other questions.